You are listening to RetroLovers Radio, your go-to broadcast for positive nostalgia.
What a wonderful night. You are listening to Retro Lovers Radio, space for 80s and 90s music, memories, and for positive nostalgia. Some 80s songs didn't just belong to their time, they sounded like they were coming from years ahead. You could feel it instantly. Certain tracks didn't sound nostalgic, romantic, or familiar. They sounded new, almost unsettling, as if they were pointing towards something that hadn't happened yet. Tonight, I'm exploring those 80s songs that didn't just reflect the decade, they anticipated the future. And one of the clearest examples is Sweet Dreams Are Made of This by Eurythmics from 1983. At the time, nothing quite sounded like it. The minimalist structure, the mechanical pulse, the hypnotic synth bass. It didn't feel like a song meant for radio nostalgia. It felt like a blueprint for electronic pop to come. Another track that truly felt futuristic in that moment was Blue Monday by New Order from 1983. This, this was not rock, it was not disco, it was not pop in the traditional sense. It was driven by drum machines, sequencers, and repetition. And yet, it became one of the most influential songs of the entire decade and beyond. You can trace its DNA through electronic music, house, techno, and modern pop. Then there's Take On Me by Aha from 1985. On the surface, it sounds joyful and melodic, but underneath that high pitched synth lead, the production clarity and the polished arrangement made it feel incredibly modern for its time. It sounded clean, precise, almost digital before digital was common. Another strong contender is Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears from 1985. The synth textures here don't dominate, they frame the song. They create space that the, the track feels open, atmospheric, and timeless. Qualities that would later define the 90s and even the 2000s pop production. And we cannot forget of Depeche Mode, especially tracks like People Are People from 1984. I- In that song, we can find some industrial textures, cold rhythms, social commentary. This wasn't escapism, it was observation. Music that felt aligned with modern anxieties, modern cities, and modern identities. What made these songs feel futuristic wasn't just the technology, it was intention. Producers like Daniel Miller, Stephen Hagg, and Trevor Horn understood that sound itself could communicate ideas, that texture could carry meaning, that repetition could feel emotional. These songs weren't chasing trends, they were creating them. And when people heard them on the radio, they felt something new. a sense that music was evolving alongside society. So, if this kind of musical evolution fascinates you, remember that Retro Lovers Radio is a living, breathing space every weekend. Every Friday night, we go live with the 90s Lover Show, and every Saturday night with the 80s Lover Show, both at 7 p.m. Eastern, on first on our YouTube channel and then on Kick. We gather for around 10 minutes on YouTube as a waiting room to allow time for people to come and join, and then click on the link that leads you to the Kick live stream where the full shows unfolds with the full video clips and all the regular stuff. As many have stated, maybe Kick doesn't have the best chat experience for live streams, and but YouTube have restrictions that doesn't allow us to broadcast the show with video clips and even not in full with audio as well, because it forced me to talk uh, over the songs and not for much longer. So the alternatives are whether to for you to use the chat on Kick, uh, whether despite it's not so nice, or alternatively you can use our Facebook group and leave your comments there, and I will be reading all the comments from the Facebook group as well. You can search for Retro Lovers Radio, 80s and 90s Nostalgia. You will find our page with the same name and look for the group. It's a public group, you can join automatically. So the future doesn't always arrive suddenly. Sometimes you hear it quietly on the radio. It's a synth line, it's a rhythm pattern in a production choice. The 80s gave us songs that didn't just age well, they age forward. So which 80s songs do you think sounded ahead of its time? Let me know in the comments on YouTube and tell me why it still feels modern today. So before I go, remember to take care of your loved ones and remember what is truly important in your life. All the rest is secondary. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all in the next one. I'm Mick, and this was Retro Lovers Radio.